shutting down X on the surface from, look, I got to tell you, I wake up every day, I open X. I woke up, it didn't work. I come to the office, I come to the studio, I sit down, I pull up the news, X did not work. I use X to follow news accounts and news aggregators, activists, and otherwise who are sharing news stories. That was not available to me this morning. That is the same for every single news producer who utilizes X. So if you want a reason why a major state actor would shut down X, it's because they were doing something they didn't want to get shared at the time. Now the big news of the day is that X went down instead of, I don't know, insert country did certain thing. But Rumble, we have this post from Chris Pavlovsky who says, confirming that the Rumble engineering team is also fighting a large DDoS attack that has intermittently affected our services today. Yeah, I think it doesn't need to be a state actor, but it's certainly a sophisticated group. It's more powerful than just some ragtag bunch. And I think it has a lot to do with Doge, Tesla, X. Attacking Elon is not about, or let me put it this way. If you're going after your enemy, a lot of people who live in movie reality think that everything's got to be a nuclear strike. When we talk about World War III and we say Vladimir Putin would, if pushed to it, use nuclear weapons, in their mind, they're imagining quite literally 17 ICBMs, MIRVs launching in the air and just bombing the entirety of the United States. The most extreme. No, we're talking about nuclear artillery, low yield bombs, gravity bombs, a 1 megaton gravity bomb, things that are going to give them a decisive victory in a key area. So for these attacks on Elon, you want I would say what they are trying to accomplish, I'd imagine, is death by 1,000 cuts. And in this instance, they shut down a large portion of the news media in the United States. Not all of it, obviously, but at least on social media. And it's damaging to X's advertisers, to Elon Musk himself. And if they do this 1,000 times across the board to all of his companies, they can cause him serious problems.
Do you think that it's worth considering what else has been happening in Elon Musk's life? I mean, wasn't there a coordinated thing where a bunch of Tesla dealerships got set on fire?
Right.
And a bunch of death threats got sent to him, and now this. The inclusion of Ukraine, I agree with you, like no small ragtag team could have done this. I can think of a couple of countries who might want to. But also, there's that other group, that other classification of groups of people who like to keep themselves secret, and most of them are pretty powerful and have influence over the world. They got all kind of names, they, them.
This could be right. You certainly got whatever Epstein was doing, but I don't think that relates here. But it's a good example of
not necessarily Epstein, but I mean,
we'll just I'll say like this:
reptiles.
There are groups we know of like Epstein and his cohorts and his clients. I'm not saying it's related to this. I'm saying we know that those groups exist. It's a fact.
Yeah.
This could be like the CEO of 5 big companies being like, we don't like Tesla because they're causing a shakeup in the market for us. Probably not. I think it largely has to do with Doge. And there are probably powerful NGOs and political actors who have lots of resources who are like, let's send a shot across the bow at Elon Musk.
The people that are most likely irritated with Elon Musk now are most likely in some way associated with either the money that was being distributed through USAID to foreign entities, to other countries, or they would be powerful Democrats or powerful establishment figures here in the U.S. Those are the two that seem most likely to be upset with. Go ahead.
No, you're making a good point. And where did the attacks come from? Don't forget
Ukraine.
Back in 2015, 2016, 2017, we were all talking about Ukraine for a very different reason.
Yeah.
And it was because it was basically a criminal organization / money funneling program for half the politicians in the country.
That's what seems most likely to me, because those are the people that have been actually hurt by Elon Musk's efforts.
I'm convinced it's people who've been laid off and like who are fearing getting laid off, and people turning against the government, because it's like Elon and Trump are attacking the head of their cult. And they see their cult as their parent, right? So with Trump and Elon going after that, they're willing to do whatever. And I see a lot of these people, like I've been thinking about that for years, where if people in the FBI are kicked out and they're really bad actors, like I've said on the show before, I think they actually hate Americans enough to do stuff like this, to carry out warfare. This is warfare. It reminds me of a digital version of a Sherman necktie when they would burn the railroad tracks, right, during the Civil War to stop, prevent, the goods from going to the front.
Thanks for checking out this clip from Timcast IRL. Make sure to watch the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Subscribe to this channel, and we will see you all there.